Okay, so this is how you do research, people. Let's check out the presidential candidates. Bernie Sanders. Let's start out with him because that's who I want to vote for. Let's go to his website. So we got Bernie Sanders. His full name is Bernard Sanders. He's an American politician and the junior United States Senator from Vermont. He is a candidate for the Democratic nomination for President of the United States in the 2016 election. Okay, so let's go to his website. This is your movement. So he's got learn more, skip to this site. So that's pops up first, he wants money. This is your movement. And you can see he's got a lot of different people that are supporting him. This is your movement. They have the money, but we have the people. If everyone who visits this website joins our movement, there's nothing we can't accomplish together. Ready to start a political revolution? Attend events, share with friends, or volunteer for Bernie. Donate to the campaign, Bernie's story. Intro. Early years. 1960s. As a Congressional and Racial Equality Corps official, a 20-year-old Sanders leads students in a multi-week sit-in the proposed segregation and off-campus housing owned by the University of Chicago. Wins 2% of the votes in his first statewide race for election for a U.S. Senate seat for Vermont. Sanders wins 1% of the vote in his second run for statewide office during a Gerber Nation election. In his second campaign for the U.S. Senate, Sanders attracts 4% of the votes. Sanders gets 6% of the votes in the race to replace Governor Thomas Selman. That's in the 70s. 80s. In a stunning upset, Sanders wins the mayoral race in Burlington, Vermont, the largest city, by a mere 10 votes. Running as an independent, he shocks the city's political establishment by defeating a 6-term local machine mayor. I don't need to read all of his stuff, but as you can see, he's done a lot when it comes to political standpoints. Sanders votes against the Clinton-era North American Free Trade Agreement. Returning from a tour of factories in Mexico, Sanders says if NAFTA passes, corporate profits will soar because it will be even easier than now for American companies to flee to Mexico and hire workers there for starvation wages. Sanders is one of only 67 votes against the Discrimination Defense of Marriage Act, which defines federal benefits to same-sex couples legally married.
I'm sorry if they hear the pop up screeching in the background.
Yeah. Standing up against the major pharmaceutical companies, Sanders becomes the first member of Congress to take seniors across the border to Canada to buy lower-cost prescription drugs. I like that. An overflow crowd of Vermonters, packs St. Michael's College town hall meeting hosted by Sanders to protest an IBM plan to cut older workers' pensions. Sanders votes no on a bill to undo decades of financial regulations enacted after the Great Depression. This legislation, he predicts, at the time will lead to fewer banks and financial service providers, increased charges and fees for individuals, consumers, and small businesses. 2000s. Sanders votes against the U.S. Patriot Act. All of us want to protect America's people from terrorist attacks, but in a way that does not undermine basic freedoms. Thank you. Sanders votes against the Bush-Cheney war in Iraq. Sanders passes an amendment in the House to stop the government from obtaining library and book buying records on Americans. Unfortunately, the amendment is later removed in bicameral backroom negotiations. Sanders defeats Vermont's richest man, Rick Tarrant, to be elected to the U.S. Senate. Again. President Barack Obama signs into law the Affordable Care Act with a major Sanders provision to expand federally qualified community health centers. Sanders secures $12.5 billion in funding for the program, which now serves more than 25 million Americans. Sanders works with Republican Congressman Ron Paul, which I actually liked Ron Paul a lot before Sanders came along. That's who I wanted in Congress. That's who I wanted as president of Congress. Sorry, I saw Congressman. So I really like Ron Paul and I like Sanders both, which is funny because one's a Democrat, one's a Republican. So that just shows I don't vote specifically one way. I vote for who I think I agree with the most. In the House to pass a measure as part of the Dodd-Frank Wall Street reform bill to audit the Federal Reserve. As Republicans and President Barack Obama push a deal that would extend Bush-era tax breaks for Americans' wealthiest families, Sanders gives an 8.5-hour filibuster-like speech on the Senate floor in opposition, citing growing economic inequalities and increasing deficits. So he doesn't like the tax breaks for America's wealthiest families. Sanders becomes a chairman of the Senate's Veteran Affairs Committee. Sanders backed by senators, seniors, women's, veterans, labor unions, yada yada yada. Sanders introduces legislation to break up major Wall Street banks. A bipartisan $16.5 billion veterans bill written by Sanders, Senator John McCain, and Representative Jeff Miller is signed into law by President Barack Obama. Sanders takes over a ranking member of Senate Budget Committee. Sanders votes against the Keystone extra-large pipeline, which would allow multinational corporation from TransCanada to transport dirty tar sands oil from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. And then Sanders declares his candidacy as the Democratic nomination for President of the United States. Meet Bernie. Issues. Let's go to his issues. On the issues, the American people must make a fundamental decision. Income and wealth inequality. It's time to make college tuition free and debt-free. Getting big money out of political and restoring democracy. Creating decent-paying jobs, a living wage. Combating climate change to save the planet. A fair and humane immigration policy. Racial justice. Fighting for women's rights. Fighting for LGBT equality. Caring for our veterans. Medicare for all. Fighting for our disability rights, strengthen and expand Social Security, fighting to lower prescription drug prices, supporting historically black college and universities, improving the rural economy, reforming Wall Street, real family values, war and peace, war should be the last option, why I support the Iran deal, making the wealthy Wall Street and large corporations pay their fair share, and how Bernie pays for his proposals. So all people are saying, well, he's just going to take money from us. Here is all of his reasoning behind where he plans to get all of his money from. So there you go. So just thinking that, he's just going to steal all of his money and make up all these different ideas. He actually has a plan for where he plans on getting taxing corporations' offshore income, paid for by a 6.2% income-based health care premium paid by employers, a 2.2% income-based premium paid by households. So he does plan on, he does have a plan. College for all, paid for by imposing a tax on Wall Street speculators that would generate about $300 billion in revenue. So if we go back, let's look and see what he says for real family values. When a mother can't spend time with her newborn child during the first week, a month of life, that is not a family value. When a husband can't get time off from work to care for his cancer-stricken wife, that is not a family value. When a mother is forced to send her sick child to school because she can't afford to stay home, that is not a family value. When a parent and children can't spend any time on vacation together during the course of an entire year, that is not a family value. In fact, these things are an attack on everything the family stands for. I agree. Time for parents and children. Sick leave for all. We need a vacation. Real family values. I agree. So let's check out some other people. Let's go ahead and go with Hillary. Let's see what she's got. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton is an American politician. She was the 67th U.S. State Secretary of State from 2009 to 2013. And from 2001 to 2009, Clinton served as United States Senator for New York. So again, she wants you to join her campaign. So we can't let Republicans like Donald Trump rip away President Obama's progress, she says. Again, wanting donations. Join the campaign, a lot like Bernie's. Hillary's racial justice plan, Hillary's economic plan, 112 reasons to vote for Hillary Clinton, and counting. 7 of Hillary's biggest accomplishments, everything you need to know about Hillary's trip to Flint, Michigan, 3 things you should know about Hillary's plan to defeat ISIS. So let's go to issues. Let's see what her issues are. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on the video to go over everything. Alzheimer's disease. We can prevent, effectively treat, and make Alzheimer's cure possibly by 2025. So that's a good thing. Campaign finance reform. Our democracy should work for everyone, not just wealthy and well-connected. Again, I agree. Campus sexual assaults. It's not enough to condemn campus sexual assaults. We need to stop campus sexual assault. Okay, how much is that really happening? Like, why is this one of your main speaking points? Just random thought. I mean, yeah, I agree that we should stop that, but why is it one of your main speaking points? Climate change and energy, okay. College, the new college compact. Cost won't be a barrier. Debt won't hold you back, okay. Criminal justice reform. Our criminal justice system is out of balance, okay, I agree. Disability rights. We must continue to expand opportunities for all Americans. I agree. Early childhood education. Every child deserves the chance to live up to his or her God-given potential. Early childhood education. Don't we already have that? Like, what are you planning here? Economy. The defining economic challenge of our time is raising incomes for hardworking Americans. I agree. Gun violence prevention. It's past time to act on gun violence. So does that mean she's against the Second Amendment, possibly? Healthcare. Affordable healthcare is a basic human right. Immigration reform. America needs comprehensive immigration reform with a pathway to citizenship. So, again, you know. Infrastructure. Strong infrastructure is critical to a strong economy. K-12 education, a world-class education for every child in every community. I agree with that. That's definitely something we need to work on. Labor, when unions are strong, America is strong. I agree. LGBT equality. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender Americans deserve to live their lives free from discrimination, which is funny because she just recently flip-flopped on this. Because earlier, as in another video that I shared, she commented about how she was against the LGBT community. And then now that she's running for president, she's for the LGBT community. And she states that she never said that she was against the LGBT community. So she flip-flopped on that big time. So whereas Sanders, you can watch videos way back in the day where he was still supporting gay rights. National security. With policies that keep us strong and safe, America can lead the world in the 21st century. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. Paid levy. It's time to guarantee paid families and medical leave in America. Okay, paid leave, so that's something. Bernie said that he believed in being able to have leave. She puts for sure that she wants that leave to be paid leave. Racial justice. America's long struggling with race is far from finished. This is true. Rural communities. America's rural communities are at the heart of what makes the country great. I agree. Small business, Hillary Clinton will be a small business president. But yet she's taking a lot of money from big businesses. So she claims that she'll work for small businesses, but she's taking money from big businesses. That makes sense. Social Security and Medicare. We must prevent and protect strengthen the liveliness. I agree. Substance use, disorder, and addiction. Through improved treatment, prevention, and training, we can end this quiet epidemic once and for all. So she wants to work on the war on drugs more. Treatment, prevention, and training. I'm not sure what her plan is on that. I'd have to read more onto it. Veterans the armed forces and their families. Americans must fully commit to supporting veterans. I agree. Voting rights. We should be making it easier to vote, not harder. I didn't know it was hard to vote in the first place. Wall Street and corporate America. Wall Street must work for Main Street. I like that. So some of their stuff is a lot alike. Women's rights and opportunities. Women's issues are family issues, economic issues, and crucial to our future competitiveness. Well, I agree. Women's rights are important, but shouldn't all rights be important? But if she's talking about lowering the glass, ceiling of the glass elevator, yeah, I'm all for that. Workforce and skills, every American should be able to learn new skills in order to advance in their careers. I agree. So is she talking about having possibly more career-ready skills in the educational programs? Are we talking about going back to that, or what?
Her problem is she doesn't make clear
what she wants to do. Well, no.
Issues, and then she flip-flops.
She does flip-flop, but there is read more, so let's read more.
I personally don't vote for people like that.
Every American should be able to learn the skills they need to compete and succeed. Hillary will incentivize businesses to invest directly in their workers and provide on-the-job training. Provide a tax credit for businesses that create high-quality apprenticeships that lead to jobs. Expand programs that allow federal students' aid to be used for high-quality career and lifelong learning programs, which promise for proven records. So it's not in school, it's at the job level training, which, is good. Both are important. I think we should have some in-school training, personally. What's another one? Oh, campus sexual assault. Let's read into that one. I was curious about that. Provide comprehensive support to survivors. Ensure fair process for all in-campus disciplinary proceeds and the criminal justice system. Increase sexual violence prevention. Education programs that cover issues like consent and bystander intervention, not only in college, but also in secondary schools.
Do something to end rape in general.
Well, she's working towards it. Pretty much most of this is straightforward. Let's see what her gun violence prevention is. Strengthen the background checks and close dangerous loopholes in the current system. Hold irresponsible dealers and manufacturers accountable. Keep guns out of the hands of terrorists, domestic abusers, other violent criminals, and severely mentally ill. Okay, but how do you plan on doing that? So, tightening the gun shows. Interesting. Okay. Let's check on Trump, see what he's got. Donald Trump. As you can see, funniest Donald Trump image gallery. Donald Trump. Donald John Trump, that's a weird name, sorry, is an American businessman, political, and television personality. He is a candidate for the Republican nomination for President of the United States. So let's check out his website. It's biography. Wikipedia, Twitter. So his website isn't even on the top, it's like down farther. Make America Great Again. Join us and donate. Text Trump to that to get exclusive updates. Poll, Trump holds 10-point lead in Michigan GOP primary. Okay. Positions, states, get involved, media, shop. Is a shop? I think the other ones did too. But anyways, so let's go to issues. See what Trump's issues are. Competent leadership. Drug epidemic. The New Hampshire drug epidemic must stop. If elected POTUS, I will create borders and drugs will stop pouring in. Live free or die. Live free or die, a motto for the whole country to follow. So all of his videos, you notice the other ones just had a list of what they wanted. He actually has videos of him talking about each one, which is interesting, I guess. I'm not necessarily against it. It just gives him more face time, though. The Second Amendment, politicians are trying to chip away at the Second Amendment. I won't let them take away your guns. Our guns. Political correctness. Oh, I'm sorry, bud, but you do not have political correctness. Being politically correct takes too much time. We have too much to get done. So like I said, he doesn't have political correctness. Self-funding, which that just comes back to being polite, and political correctness comes to just not being a jackass. Pardon my French. Self-funding. I am self-funding my campaign, so I don't owe anything to lobbyists and special interests, or bring the greatest negotiators and smartest operators to Washington to help make America great again. Illegal immigration. If we don't have borders, we don't have a country. We need to build a wall that will keep illegal immigrants out. So he wants to build a wall while Bernie and Hillary want to work on getting it to where people can come in, but can come in a correct form, not necessarily an easier way, but a way that it would be more beneficial for everyone. So he doesn't want anyone coming into America, pretty much. Well, how do you think we all got here? I hate to tell you, but your family is immigrants. Unifying the nation. I will unify and bring our country back together. Education. I will end Common Core. It's a disaster. I agree, Common Core is a disaster, but what else are you going to do about it? The establishment. I want to win for the people of their great country. The only people I will owe are the voters. The media, special interest, and lobbyists are all trying to stop me. We won't let that happen. I will make our military so big, powerful, and strong that no one will mess with us.
Again, he doesn't.
No one cares.
He doesn't bring out actual points. He just says what he wants people to hear.
Yeah, jobs. I will be the greatest job-producing president in American history. How? Life-changing experiences. America has been great to me. I want to be great to America. I want to put us back on the right course. How? The economy. $19 trillion in debt and growing is a crushing burden to leave young Americans. Okay, so I asked how. Let's watch a video real quick. Let's see how he plans on doing this.
One of the things I'm most proud about is that I create jobs. Over the years, tens of thousands of jobs for our country, and I'll do that for you. I will tell you this, and I can say it with certainty. I will be the greatest jobs-producing president that God ever created. I love the subject, I love doing it, and I love helping people. And there's nothing like helping people than getting them and their family great jobs.
So let me expand my own corporation and make even more money just so I can have people work for me?
Yeah.
Is that what I got out of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what he got out of it. Basically, he brings up points, and then when you ask him how he's going to do something,
He just talks around it.
He just talks around it
Yeah.
or talks out of his ass. He doesn't actually bring up legitimate points on how he's going to achieve something.
Let's check out Ted Cruz. Raphael Edward Ted Cruz. I think you should come by Raphael. Sounds coolish. Is an American politician and and a junior United States Senator from Texas. He is a candidate for the Republican nomination for President of the United States in the 2016 election. Okay, so again, their website's way down here, because apparently Twitter and Wikipedia are more important. Select the amount, so again, asking for donations. March to Victory Fund, contribute today. Billing information. Help power us to victory. So he has a big thing over here about, you really want your donation here. How do I get to your website, bud? There we go. Join the movement, so same thing. Vote March 8th. Events. National Prayer Team. It's the first thing I've seen on any of these. Featured videos from the trail. Nancy Reagan will be remembered for her deep passion for the nation and love for her husband, Ronald. The Reagan family is in our prayers. And Ted Cruz merch. I like how he's got a little emblem. That's kind of cool. Okay, meet Ted. Issues. Let's go to issues. Restore the Constitution. Second Amendment rights. Secure the border. Defend our nation. Stand with Israel. Religious liberty. Life, marriage, and family. Job opportunities. And reign in Washington. Let's see what he's got. Restore the Constitution. Defending the Constitution of the United States of America. He's planning on defending the Constitution. Restore the Constitution as our standard. We need to protect people by rolling back the federal government to the functions the Constitution set out. We need to give power back to the states and the people so that we remain a land where liberty can flourish. So these are all the times that he's worked for the Constitution. Okay. I'm not against that. I agree. Oh, hold on. What was that? Sorry, guys. I thought I saw something. I guess I thought I saw something, but I guess not. Anyways, let's see what else he's got. Second Amendment rights. Let's see what he plans on doing with the gun problem we have. Citizens and Second Amendment rights make us more safe, yada yada yada. Okay, so this is pretty much stuff you've done. So what are you planning on doing about it, though? Like, you said, this is what I've done in the past. You're not really saying what you plan on doing in the future. So he plans on defending it. And he plans on defending it, but didn't say really what he plans on doing. Border security is national security. 40% of illegal immigrants have overstayed visas. As president, Ted Cruz will do what he says. He will stop illegal immigration. He will build a wall that works triple border security and put in place the surveillance and biometric tracking to secure the border. So wait, not only is Trump building a wall, but you're building a wall. He will build a wall that works. Do we really need to build a wall, guys? Ted Cruz will end Obama's amnesty. See, this is why we do research, people. Ted Cruz will end Obama's amnesty on day one. He will end catch and release, increase deportations, stop sanctuary policies, and strengthen E-Verify. So pretty much he just wants to deport everybody out. He doesn't want to help them become U.S. citizens. He wants to get them out of here. I believe without the vigorous opposition from Ted Cruz, this bill very likely would have passed. And again, shows his proven record. I really like that it shows his proven record. That's a good thing. Not crazy about what he plans on doing, but yeah. Let's see. Defending our nation, which is important. Be a shining beacon, expert world leadership, rebuild our military, defeat ISIS, protect the homeland, rip up the Iran deal. So he's not for the Iran deal. Let's see what the Iran deal is, so I can decide for myself if I'm for it or not. Iran deal. Iran deal will provide the Islamic Republic with an estimated $140 billion in sanctions relief and unfrozen assets. Iran currently spends 3.4% of its total budget on defense. Iran spends 65% of its defense budget on IRGC, its elite paramilitary force that actively supports terrorist organizations throughout the Middle East. If current budget trends persist, the Iran deal would mean at least $4.8 billion in additional Iranian defense spending and a 50% budget increase for the IRGC. The Iran defense budget and IRGC funding. Before the deal, after the deal. So pretty much we're sending them more money. The recent Iran deal provided relief from international economic sanctions in exchange for certain limitations of Iran's nuclear program. Upon implementation of the deal, a substantial amount of money would flow to the Iranian government, although the total amount is the subject of much debate. On January 16, 2016, the National Atomic Energy Agency verifies that Iran has completed the necessary steps under the Iran deal that will ensure Iran's nuclear program is and remains exclusively peaceful. Before the agreement, Iran's breakout time, or the time it would have taken for Iran to gather enough fissile materials to build a weapon, was only 2 to 3 months. Today, because of Iran's deal, it will take Iran 12 months or more, and with the unprecedented monitoring and access this deal puts in place, if Iran tries, we will know and sanctions will snap back into place. So they were trying to build bombs, and this kind of helped. Is supposed to put it to where they don't. What you need to know about the Iran deal, USA Today. Iran has a nuclear facility under a mountain, supposedly. The deal is an agreement between Iran and the United States, Germany, Great Britain, China, Russia, and France that reduces international economic sanctions against Iran in exchange for that nation's ending its pursuit of nuclear weapons. Iran is required over the next 10 to 15 years to reduce its stockpile of enriched
free time
oh my God.
is your time. Get
Sorry,
out
guys.
there. Switch to AT&T Go phone and get your second
I've got
month free
spam popping up
on
apparently.
qualifying plans with no annual contract.
Anyways,
So
let's get away from this website, which is obviously spam filled. Good job, USA Today. Long story short, It's supposed to help against nuclear bombs, which I'm grateful for, but I don't think we need to be sending them a bunch of money to do it. So ISIS seeks to destroy our very way of life. We must defeat them. That starts by calling the enemy by its name, radical Islamic terrorist, and securing the border. Border security is national security. We cannot recede from our leadership in the world. If we withdraw from the Middle East, the radical jihadists will not be content to stay there. They are going to attack our allies in the region and beyond, and they are on the lookout for every opportunity to attack us here at home. On day one, President Cruz will immediately repeal every word of President Obama's dangerous Iran deal and will prioritize American national security interest in every instance. What do you have planned, though, Mr. Cruz? Stand with Israel. No American tax dollars will go to the Palestinian authorities. A Cruz administration will one day recognize Jerusalem as the eternal, undivided capital of Israel, and the U.S. Embassy will be moved to Israel's capital city. So he wants to move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem and make it. Is that really up to us, Cruz? Shouldn't that be up to them? I'm not saying I'm against it, but which I'm sure, Bernie is probably for that too, considering he's Jewish. Going to this, Israel has everything it needs to defend itself. Not one penny of Americans' tax dollars should go to an organization that incites hatred against Jews and seeks to partner with terrorist group Hamas. I agree with that. And then he's got a proof record. Religious liberty. Let's see what he says about that. So far, he hasn't said anything about LGBT. Defend the constitutionality of the Texas Ten Commandments monument before the U.S. Supreme Court. Defended. Oh. So he's not against. So he's against separation of church and state. America was founded on a revolutionary idea. Our rights do not come from the government, they come from God. Okay, no. That is not where they come from. Well, at least that they come from the Constitution, which was written down by George Washington and all the other founding fathers. When a religion is good, I conceive it will support itself, and when it does not support itself, and God does not take care to support it, so that it professors are obligated to call for help of the civil power, it's a sign I apprehend of it being a bad one. Founding Father Benjamin Franklin. No religion doctrine shall be established by law. Founding Father Elbridge Gerry. Anyways, long story short, America was founded on a revolutionary idea. Our rights do not come from the government, they come from God. So, I'm against that. The pilgrimage risks everything so that they could worship the Lord with all their hearts, minds, souls, and strengths. The founders enshrined this right to live according to our faith in the First Amendment, and we must continue to celebrate and safeguard the citizens' God-given rights. Okay, hold on. First Amendment, you have freedom of religion. Any religion, not just your Christian religion. I'm not against Christians, but I'm against people that don't separate church from state. Okay? There should be a separation. You should be viewing the laws of our nation not through the laws of your religion. Yeah. Pretty much he's saying that, he's saying that he's going to lead our nation, Ted Cruz is, through his Christian views.
Well, that's bullshit. And what I was gonna say is, if everybody else has to pay taxes, then churches need to as well.
Oh yeah, churches definitely should pay taxes, but he would definitely not do that.
Oh no, I know he wouldn't, but that should be a have to for any and all church. Don't just fucking stand there and be like, oh, give us more money so we can tell you you're going to hell, blah blah blah. No. If everybody else has to pay taxes, your ass should have to pay taxes too. Period. End of discussion.
Indians should also have to pay taxes on their land too.
Well, that's it.
As we have, I just think everyone should have to pay their equal share of taxes. I mean, is that?
I mean, I do too, but if
too
you're
hard to-
poor and you can barely afford things as it is, your taxes should be lower.
Yeah,
The rich people should be a lot higher.
yeah. Well, it should be equivalent to what you make.
That's what I'm saying.
As we have witnessed an unprecedented attack on citizens' first freedoms, Ted Cruz continues to campaign America's religious liberty. Ted has spent his career defending religious liberty. He has fought to protect the First Amendment rights in a number of Supreme Courts. As presidential candidates, Ted Cruz has hosted 2 national religious liberty rallies and has brought together Christians who have been persecuted for their beliefs so that people across the country can listen to their stories and stand united. So let me just put it this way. What do you want to bet Ted Cruz record on religious liberty, life, and marriage is second to none in this Republican field? So let me guess. He's going to vote against anything that the LGBT puts up. Because since he's a Christian, and Christians believe that being LGBTs, or lesbian, gay, bisexual, or trans, is a sin, and therefore he's going to vote against it because it's against his religion. So let's forget about separation of church and state, and let's just fucking throw our religion in there. Yeah, go for that. Life, marriage, and family. This is just my opinion, guys. On day one, Cruz will instruct his attorney general to investigate Planned Parenthood. Life, marriage, and family are the fundamental building blocks of society. Life is a precious gift from God. We must cherish and defend it. Without life, there is no liberty. Without life, there is no pursuit of happiness. Yeah, because everyone's dead. Marriage is a sacrament between one man and one woman. Bam, told you. Told you he was going to be against gay marriage. It has strengthened society for millennia, and we must uphold the truth of marriage according to Christianity. God, you annoy me. Sorry. It's just... Separation of church and state needs to be enacted. It needs... Well, kept enacted. Why? So that you can vote based on the laws that are in place and based on what is best for people, not just for your own opinions and your own beliefs. It should be what's best for everyone, not just your religious bigoted beliefs. I'm getting tired of reading this shit. Jobs and opportunities, but I'm going to keep going. Cruz's simple flat tax will create almost 5 million jobs. Oh, hold on. Okay, so he wants a flat tax, which means everybody gets taxed the same. So the rich get taxed the same and the poor get taxed the same. Well, guess what? That's going to fuck up our economy. Jobs, growth, and opportunity will rain promise for millions of American families who are currently being crushed by the Obama economy. The best way to jumpstart growth is through fundamental tax reform, which I do agree we need tax reform. Under the Cruz simple flat tax, all income groups will see a double-digit increase in after-tax income. No. The current 7 rates of personal income tax will collapse into a single low rate of 10% for a family of 4. The first $36,000 will be tax-free. Well, guess what? A lot a lot of people in America don't make $36,000. So if that's tax-free, okay. The IRS will cease to exist as we know it, and there will be zero targeting of individuals based on their faith or political belief. And there will be no way for thousands of agents to manipulate the system. So hold on, zero targeting of individuals based on their faith or political belief. So there's no taxes again for faith or for churches. The result will be truly dramatic. According to the well-respected Tax Foundation, the simple flat tax will deliver an economic boost of tremendous magnitude. In the first decade, the simple flat tax will boost gross domestic product by 13.9% above what is currently projected, increase wages by 12.2%, and create that many jobs, supposedly, which I think that will actually hurt I think that'll completely wipe the middle class. Cruz would shrink the power of the federal government, eliminating 5 agencies. What agencies do you want to eliminate? Plans to eliminate the IRS, to shrink the size of the federal government. The Cruz 5 for Freedom plan eliminates the IRS, the Department of Education, the Department of Energy, and the Department of Commerce, and the Department of Housing and Urban Development. What? What? Am I still recording? I'm still recording. It's going on an hour. What? No. 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 Why would you get rid of the Department of Education, Department of Energy, Department of Commerce, and the Department of Housing and Urban Development? Why? God, you're an idiot. No. Those are important things. They help run everything. The Department of Energy helps make sure that big businesses are not polluting our air. Department of Education. I wonder what that does. Helps with the Department of Education in our country. Department of Commerce helps work with our economy and checking to make sure our economy is going right. Department of Housing and Urban Development. I wonder what that does. Probably helps with making sure everyone has housing and places to live. Okay, I'm done with him. Let's go check out Rubio. I'm sorry, guys. I can't take any more of Ted Cruz. He is seriously just as bad as Trump. In my opinion. Like, that was bad, what I just read. His plans are not good plans, people. In my opinion. Okay, let's check out Rubio. What is it, Paul? I can't even remember the guy's name. Rubio. Marco. There we go. Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio is an American attorney, a politician, and junior United States Senator from Florida. Rubio previously served as Speaker of the Florida House of Representatives. Okay, so thankfully his isn't shrouded by Twitter and Wikipedia like Donald Trump and Cruz's is. Top Donald Trump joined Marco's team. Okay, that's kind of stupid. Continue to cite. I noticed that on his first thing he's not asking for money at first. Must watch videos. Marco is in Florida. Stop Donald Trump. How Donald Trump sold his scam. Volunteer for Marco. Trump's most vulgar candidate ever. Marco on Trump. It's pretty much his site is just bashing Trump, which I'm not against because I'm not a fan of Trump. But I don't think your whole website a lot of your website should be based on just bashing Trump. That's interesting that he doesn't ask for. He's the only one that I've seen that doesn't ask for support. He doesn't ask for people donate now. There we go. Stop Donald Trump. Donate. That's not. What is your campaign to stop Donald Trump? Issues. Let's see your issues there, Marco. Marco on the issues. Policy for you. Families. Promote strong families. I agree with that. Farmers. Getting government out of the way of American farmers. Okay. Gun owners. Protecting the sacred rights of the American gun owners. Seniors. Protecting American senior citizens. Okay. Small business owners. How Marco will stand up for small business owners. And veterans. How Marco will honor those who served. And workers. Helping workers in a new American economy. Issues. See what Marco thinks about the issues. Stop China from undermining America. Common Core. Let's see what he thinks about Common Core. Sorry guys, I'm a teacher and I'm curious. Let's stop Common Core and send education decisions back to the local level. Not necessarily against that. Debt. It's time to rein in Washington spending. Cuba. Fight communism. Stand up for democracy. Eminent domain, energy, foreign policy, build America's strength. Healthcare, repel Obamacare. Replace it with a 21st century market-driven alternative. Immigration, hey, there's a wall, let's see what he plans on doing. Borders on day one. Marco has consistently advocated for fixing Americans' immigration system, beginning with securing our borders, enforcing immigration laws in our workplace, and implementing effective visa tracking systems. Every sovereign nation has the right to set its immigration laws and enforce them. I agree. And Marco knows firsthand that enforcing our immigration laws is not anti-immigration. No, but we could also reform them to make it... Yeah. He will cancel President Obama's unconstitutional exclusive executive orders, eliminate federal funding for sanctuary cities, deport criminal illegal aliens, hire 20,000 new Border Patrol agents, finish all 700 miles of walls on our southern border, so he wants to work on the walls as well, implement an entry-exit visa tracking system, implement a mandatory E-Verify system, and install $4 billion in new cameras and sensors on the border. Oh, wow, I didn't even go to that. Not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it's better than some of them. Kind of pretty much a lot like what Ted Cruz wants to do. Iran, standing strong against Iran. Internet, defending free enterprise and free internet. Ooh, I like that. That's the only one I've seen that's talked about that, because the government has, as of recent, tried to add the FCC to the internet, pretty much making it to where the internet is not free to public, scrutiny. Israel, stand with Israel. Okay, stand against ISIS. Original ideas for a new American century. Jobs, judges. One of the biggest things the next president is going to do is appoint justices to Supreme Court. Life. K through 12, get our kids a world-class education with school choices. I agree with that. It is important. Military. Rebuild and modernize our military. North Korea, Russia. Rolling back Putin's aggression. This is the new American economy. In sanctuary cities, Second Amendment, Social Security, Medicare, protect and strengthen it. Taxes, the VA, transportation. So pretty much the only one that talks about the LGBT community is Bernie and Hillary. They're the only ones that are in support of the LGBT community. Yeah, or at least Hillary says she is. Defending traditional American values and the value of marriage. So do I want to read into that and say that he's against gay marriage? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I think that pretty much concludes our recording of this session. I hope you guys liked my research. I'm sorry I was a little bit more personal than I wanted to be, but some of the stuff kind of struck a nerve for me. But yeah, this is how you research. You actually go to the websites, view what they have to say, and don't just listen to third people that just say, well, he says this. you don't know if that's true. Go to the source and really do your research, people. That's all I'm asking.